And we're back for another midday mobility class. Thanks for joining me. My name is Megan. Today we're going to focus on the lower body. So a few different exercises, stretches, movements to hopefully relieve some stress you might be hanging on to in the muscles supporting the hip joints, the low back. Please listen to your body, especially if you have been spending quite a bit of time seated today. Give yourself lots of time to loosen up into the body and enjoy the next few minutes we have here together moving. We'll start in a supine position. Come all the way down to your back. Bring your feet flat to the mat, knees point up towards the ceiling. You can start with your hands resting on the front of your hips. Back of your head, shoulder blades sink into the mat below. And let's just take the first few moments here to land. Try to leave your to-do list outside of this space. We're just here for a few minutes, so give yourself that time to disconnect. Begin to soften into the upper body, relax your shoulders. There might be a slow release of the muscles in the back body and those muscles supporting the hip joints. We'll begin to move. Take your feet to the outer edges of your mat. You're welcome to keep your hands where they are or open them up to a cactus shape to create some opening across the chest. Slow windshield wiper movement with the lower body. Allow your knees to fall to the right. Come back up through center and over to the left. A few times rocking from side to side. See if you can attach your breath to the movement. And with the movement and the assistance of your breath, can you begin to release some strain in the lower body? Create some fluid movement between the right and the left. And the next time you come through center, let's pause here and hold. Heel toe the feet in hip distance, knees point up towards the ceiling, and bring your arms to the mat. Graze your heels with your fingertips. 3 bridge flow with breath. So as you inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze into your glutes. Enjoy the stretch through the front line of your body. Exhale, soften, hips back down to the mat. Find your own range. Again, with your breath, inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips up. Gentle squeeze, exhale, soften in. See if you can keep your chin slightly tucked. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, and exhale, soften in and hold. Okay. From here, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a gentle squeeze in. Okay. Add a slow rock of your right knee from side to side. There's this gentle massage of the hip flexor muscles on the right side. Next time your knee opens up, pause and hold, set up for a half happy baby. Your right heel will stack up over your right knee. Left hand can meet your left hip. Right hand can soften on the back of the right knee at your calf ankle or reach for the outer edge of your right foot. So we add a bit more compression here as we draw the right knee in towards the right side. You're welcome to add movement, extend and bend the right knee. Be mindful, there might be a lot going on in the hamstrings. So again, find your range here, slow extension through the leg. And then you're welcome to pause at any point that feels like it needs a little bit more time to soften in. So whether it's here in compression or you're extending through the right leg, take what you need and enjoy a few more rounds of breath. We'll meet with the knee slowly back in towards the chest, squeeze in. And send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Your hands can interlace somewhere at the back of your right leg. Again, find your own range. Give your right ankle a gentle roll a few times in each direction. You can point and flex through the right toes. And then slowly lower your right leg down to the mat. Feel that opening through the front line of the hip. Allow your left knee to fall open. The sole of your left foot meets the inner right line of your leg. Hey, hips are open here. Can you soften into the glutes? Reclined tree pose. You're welcome again to open up the arms to a cactus, a T, or reach the arms overhead. Let's take a few rounds of breath here together. Can you really surrender into the mat, soften into the back body? Take your left hand to your outer left thigh, guide your left knee back through center, bend your right knee, right foot meets the mat, and let's reset for the other side. Left knee will draw in towards the chest. Let's start with that slow rock from side to side. Rock your left knee right and left as you massage the hip flexor muscles left side. And when you're ready, left knee will settle towards the left armpit. Stack your left knee up over or ankle over knee. Left hand meets the pinky side edge if that is available, or you find a place where you can soften in. Right hand to the front of the right hip. And you take what you need. Acknowledge right and left side will always be a little bit different. There may be more space on this side or more restriction. So honor what you need on the left side of the body here. Be curious in your body. Enjoy. This is your time to be in your body. We definitely come from different days. Some of you might be here to practice after being on your feet, running around all day. Some of you may have just come from your desk. So take what you need. Next time your knee bends in, let's bring it all the way in towards the chest. Extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Roll your ankle out a few times in each direction. Point flex through your toes. You can bend and extend the knee and lower your left leg down. Bit of core work there to transition slowly. Open your right knee out to the right side of the space. Recline tree pose. The sole of your right foot is somewhere on the inner line of your left leg. Can you relax into your glutes? Feel the space open up along the inner right thigh. And any arm variation that feels good for you here. Cactus, T, arms overhead, hands on hips. Take a few rounds of breath for yourself. With your right hand, slowly guide your right knee back through center. Left knee and right knee meet your chest this time. Give yourself a big hug and big squeeze. Rock from side to side. With your hands to the back of the knees, rock and roll your way up to a tabletop. So you'll come all the way through to all fours, hands and knees on the mat, cow-cat 3 rounds. As you inhale, let your belly fall, peel your shoulders back, chest gaze move through. As you exhale, round navel to spine, chin to chest, big stretch for your back body. 2 more, inhale, belly will fall, lift your hips, shoulders back. And exhale, round through, chin to chest, big stretch. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale. Okay, let's meet together back in tabletop. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands forward, just slightly tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, and create that inverted V shape with the body. Enjoy as much movement as you need here. Pedal your knees right and left. You can sway your hips from side to side. Once again, be curious in your body. Take what you need. And from this downward facing dog, can you come high up onto your tippy toes? Slowly turn your right heel in, drop it down towards the mat. Press into the pinky side edge of your right foot to create sensation in the outer right line of the leg. Head hangs heavy, still really strong and broad through the back body in your down dog. But breathe through sensation right side. Inhale, come up through center. Let's try it on the other side. Left heel turns in. Lower your left heel in, press into the pinky side edge of your foot. So sensation may start to move through this outer left line. Let's try that again, each side. Inhale up through center. Exhale, drop your right heel in. Inhale, come up through center. Drop your left heel in. Inhale, come back up through center. Lift your hips, look forward, and slowly walk all the way to the top of your mat. There's a forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, slow fold, and rise all the way up to stand. Inhale, breath. Arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Give your shoulders a roll. Anchor down through your feet. And then inhale, arms reach up and over. Exhale, slow hinge and fold. Heel toe your feet slightly wider than hip distance. Now take an inhale to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, soften your knees. Rest your elbows. You can grab opposite elbows and rest them just above your knees. Let your head hang heavy. Slowly invite a gentle rock as you bend right and left. Again, to release any strain in the outer line of the legs into the glutes, maybe soften into the low back. Now, if this is feeling quite intense for you, you can stay right here. Keep this soft movement going. Option to take this a little bit further, we'll slowly slide the elbows off the knees. Let the upper body, the torso fold. And then take your hands behind you, interlace the grip. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, can you bend into your left knee and drop your left shoulder towards your left knee? Gaze over the right. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, bend your right knee, right shoulder to right knee as you gaze to the left. One more time each side. If you're with me here, exhale, left knee drops to, or left shoulder to left knee. Inhale, come through center, right shoulder to right knee. Inhale, come up through center. As you exhale, fold, slowly release your hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. And bend your knees a lot. Slowly press away from your mat as you rise up, standing tall. Squeeze your glutes at the top, lift up tall. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Still at the top of your mat, we'll come into standing chair or figure four pose, standing figure four. Bend into your right knee. Draw your right knee tight in towards your chest, similar to what we did on our back. A gentle compression for the hip flexor muscles. And then can you bend deep into your standing left leg, cross your right ankle over your left thigh and sit back like you're in a chair. Okay. You may start to feel some sensation in this outer right side of the body. Hands can meet at heart center, soften your shoulders from your ears and sit back a little bit further. Now you're welcome to play with some gentle movement, lift in and out of this hold. Okay. For some of you, you might have the mobility today to fold all the way forward. If you're having a hard time with balance, you're welcome to move closer to a wall or a chair and use that for support. But see if you can square off the hips, continue to draw your right knee down, keep your chest lifted, your gaze forward. Give yourself a few rounds of breath. And with an inhale, you'll rise up out of the shape, lower your right foot down to the mat. You can sway from side to side, let that go, and we'll set up for the other side. Okay. Left knee will draw up this time right away. Your right leg will fire up. Squeeze your left knee in tight. Compress the front of the left leg. Figure four. Bend into your standing right knee. Sit back into your chair pose as you open up the left hip. Hands can meet at heart center. If you're using something to help stabilize you, you can reach out and hold. You're welcome to explore movement here, a deeper fold. Okay. But wherever you are, see if you can continue to square off the hips. Send the left knee down. Core is on, upper body tall. Shoulders are soft. Take a few more rounds of breath. And an inhale will bring you all the way back up to stand. Okay, shift your weight from side to side. Let that go. We'll transition back down to the mat from here. Take an inhale breath. Enjoy this full body stretch. Exhale, slow fold. Let that go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. One more time in downward dog. Let this feel good. Pedal out your knees right and left. And then slowly lower all the way down to a child's pose. Big toes meet near the back of your mat, knees out nice and wide. Walk your fingertips forward, forehead on the mat. Okay, so in this shape, see if you can soften into your hips, invite space along the spine. Reconnect to your breath if that standing, balancing pose created an increase in heart rate. And then we'll slowly come back up. But keep your knees out wide here. Big toes meet near the back of the mat. And sit back hips on heels. If there's any pain or sensation in the knees, I'd recommend not doing this pose, so just be mindful. Hey, this might be just enough sensation for you here. Okay, if it's a lot, you might just hold here, stacking hips up over knees. For those of you that feel comfortable to move a little bit further, take a slight tuck of the tailbone so your pelvis moves forward. Create length and space through the front of the hips. Bring your hands behind you. Roll your shoulders down and back. This might be where you stay. Or to move a little bit deeper, you may start to lower down onto the forearms, elbows. If it feels okay on your neck, you can lift your gaze or let your gaze fall back behind you. But in whatever variation of this shape you're in, allow your breath to assist you in creating some opening through the front line of the body. Okay. Lengthening out the hip flexor muscles. Take a few more rounds of breath. If you did come all the way back, try to move out of the shape with the same intention as you did moving in, slow and steady. You can press up onto your fingertips, rise all the way up. Let's swing the legs around over to the right or the left side. Send your legs out in front of you. And then lower all the way down to your back. We'll close off with one more pose before ending our time here together. Right knee in towards your chest. Give it that gentle squeeze. Again, similar to what we did at the start of class. Spinal twist. Take your left hand to your outer right knee and guide your right knee over towards the left side of your space. Right arm can open up to a cactus. Gaze might fall over your right shoulder. Now, the way that we set up for this twist, if it's not feeling great on your low back, you really feel like you're ripping or tearing at the low back, come back through center and instead try shifting your hips to the right and then guiding your knee over to the left. This will keep the hips and the shoulders aligned and create a little bit less strain on the low back. You can still open up the right arm to a T or cactus and let your gaze fall over. Allow your breath to guide you in that softening along the outer right line. And stay for as many rounds of breath as you need. To come out of the pose, bring your gaze back through center first, then your lower body back through center. You can bring your left knee in to help realign the back for the other side. Okay. Then set up for the other side. Left knee in. Your left knee can guide, or your right hand can guide your left knee over to the right. Left arm can open to a cactus or T. And again, if it felt better to align the hips and the shoulders in the twist, take your time to slide your hips over to the left and then open up. Take a few rounds of breath. Enjoy these few moments for yourself. When you are ready to come out, guide your way back through center. Give your knees a gentle squeeze in. If you're a yogi and Shavasana is a really important part of your practice, settle in, legs out long, arms out to the side. Hey, if you do not consider yourself a yogi, Shavasana is a beautiful place to land, to just absorb the benefits of your practice. Give yourself a few more minutes of rest and stillness before getting back to the to-do list. especially if you're feeling good and comfortable and relaxed. Soak it all in here. I'll leave you guys resting in your Shavasana for as long as you need to today. I hope this practice was nurturing, restorative, felt good for you and your body. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. I hope to see you back in this space again soon. Have a great rest of your day.